Guillaume from NEMIC today. How are you doing?
Yeah, pretty cool, man. Pretty cool.
Great, great. So we're here to talk about the new record, Nemesis. Tell us about the process of the timeline of writing and recording to now.
Well, actually, it's been surprisingly pretty fast because I remember the previous album, Son of the System. It took, I would say, like over a year to even more than a year to compose the album. The album, yeah. And this one, we probably composed all the songs in maybe 6, 7, or 8 months or something like that. It's been pretty fast. So it was pretty interesting because we got some new members, like 3 new members, like Victor on the guitar, Simone on the bass, and another Brian, yeah, on the drums. And we knew the guys from before regarding Brian and Victor, and we were really good friends, and we knew they were really great musicians, but sometimes it's not. We played with them live. They've been replacing Runo and Brian when they could not do some shows, so we knew they were playing really well, and we had some really good times. But when it comes down to composing, sometimes it's not enough to be a good friend and being a good musician. But actually, we were lucky because the magic just happened, and it was really, really, really fun and like easy to compose with the guys. So we were a bit, anxious with inertia about that because we did not know really where we were going. So I mean, yeah, even if we were confident, it's shits can always happen, but it did not. So it was pretty super nice. And then we met Simone and Torm to replace Obese. And is a really fucking great guy. Is like he speaks English really, really, really well for an Italian guy. It's really surprising. That's pretty cool. He's good looking. He's really important as well. One bunch of guys. And yeah, he plays bass like fucking hell, and he's a really nice guy. So it's like a great new team, and we all are, the process, yeah, as I said before, has been really surprisingly easy, and the result in the end is above our hopes, so we're really happy about it.
That's awesome. And you mentioned that it took a while to record the last record, and in my mind, it seems to take the band, between writing and touring new albums. This is the shortest time I can think of between albums. In addition to the new members, was that something you guys wanted to just put another album out right away, or something else?
Well, no, we wanted to make a new album, like with the former team, yeah, if I should say so. But we had some some difference in. We wanted to make it cool, but we had different visions about it. So Marisha and I were just sharing the same vision, which was to go back to some old NEMIC and mix some old NEMIC and some new NEMIC. But Huna was not really. It was more going into some kind of a metal rock, idea, and we wanted to get it to more like the old days, so something more Scandinavian, more metal, more metal, and so it was not really working, and Brian, he had some problems with his knees, so in the end, it was not possible for him to play more than 3 shows in a row. So regarding like a intensive touring schedule, like if we have to go on tour for 1 month, it would have been impossible. So we could have had like a standing drummer, but it's really, it's not. It would not have worked in the end. So Brian was totally okay to step back, and so for us to get a new drummer. And who knows? So there was some kind of a lack of a motivation. So it's been like a natural process, and we had these new guys which are young and they're really eager to tour and to have fun. They've been fan of NEMIC for years, so they're really happy to be in the band. They're super motivated. It's like some new energy, fresh blood. It's really nice. So they just came. During this composition process, but as they stepped into the band, we just erased everything and we restarted from scratch. And it took, yeah, just 6 or 7 months to do the whole shit.
That's awesome. And I was going to say, you're definitely right. I hear the old school NEMIC sound on Nemesis, and it's certainly really heavy most of the way through, which is a really, I think, refreshing change from the last record. Again, was that something you wanted to do? Let's take it back, make a record like one of the first few records, or certainly the first record with you.
Yeah, that's what we wanted basically to do. As I said, like make some old NEMIC with some actual NEMIC. But as we had some new members, we had this plan, but we kind of lost ourselves in the way, and we just followed our hearts and just did what was just popping out of our minds. And in the end, we don't really know what it looks like, what it sounds like. We just know that we really dig it, but we don't know because we're too much into it, because we've been composing and recording that, so we have no wide angle, no overview on the whole thing, and it's still pretty fresh. So, well, I guess many people mentioned that it sounds a bit more like that we got somehow back to the old NEMIC style. So I was not there at this time, so I don't know. But well, yeah, I think, yeah, it's more Scandinavian, more cold in a way, but it's more, it's fresh. We have some, stuff that NEMIC didn't do in the past, so it's really interesting. It's not a new band; it's just the same band, but with different members and different, you're saying, oh shit, oh, I'm missing my words. Influences. Yeah.
No worries, that's great. And speaking of influences, I always feel like every different NEMIC record has a philosophy lyrically. Is there a guiding philosophy on Nemesis?
Not really. That's what, I'm not a fan at all of conceptual albums and all this stuff. The most important thing for me is just the music and the melodies, and the meaning behind it goes afterwards is just not really important for me. Personally, it was for the other guys. And so, because Marisha and I write the lyrics, it's pretty much like a 50-50. But this time, there was no real concepts because we had a lot of changes in our personal lives, like Marisha and I. So we had so much, on our minds, and some good and bad experiences. It's just there's not a special thing. It's just like our vision of the world as it is today and as it could be tomorrow. And it's not really optimistic, but well, this is just how it is. So there's no real concept. It's just our vision of the world as it is, or how it could be tomorrow.
Okay, good to know, good to know. And once again, the band worked with Tua Madison, who's produced several NEMIC records. What keeps the
All
band?
of them.
Actually, yeah, I think most all of them that you've been part of. What keeps you guys that relationship going strong after all these years?
Well, actually, the only one that Chewett did not produce was Passenger, the one
Right.
when I joined the band. He mixed it, but he did not produce it. So we came back to him because we were not happy about the result we had with the other guys. So one of the other guys. So we came back to two because, oh, well, he's been with the band since day one. He's like the sixth member of the band. So we understand what we want. He understands what we say. He shares the same vision, and he just like we know him as a human, and we like to work with him because he's really comprehensive and really efficient and really fast, and always ready for new experiments and anything. So it's not this kind of blinded producer who just wants to trig everything. Like, okay, we're gonna trig the cymbal, we're gonna trig the kick, the snare, trig the guitars and everything. We haven't trigged anything. It's just like people think it's been the kick drum has been trigged, but it's not trigged actually. It's just because our musicians are playing well. So yeah, he's just a really cool guy, and we used to work with him, so it works pretty well. So, when something works, why not? Why going somewhere else? So we just for this time we just stick to him, and really once again really happy about what his job.
That's great.
Yeah.
I think when a lot of people talk about the band, at least here in America, in American press, I think people draw comparisons to Fear Factory or Strapping Young Lad, modern metal bands last 15, 20 years. But I wanted to ask you, either personally or if you wanted to speak for the rest of the band, what are some of the not so obvious influences on the band that maybe fans would not expect?
Well, obviously on the first album, it's been like revendicated by the band. Like Fear Factory and Strapping was a main influence, and Meshuggah as well. On the two first ones, then it became to me when I joined the band, became less obvious. But These days, I would say the most influence. I have no bloody idea because, well, personally, I don't listen to. I'm not listening to metal that much. I'm more listening to, rock and pop music. Just, just a few metal bands. I could just say this year. I know that Meshuggah released an album, but that's the only band I know that released an album. So
That's awesome.
I'm really out of the metal thing. I just metal for fun, and because like it's a way of expression for me. But I'm not really listening to metal. I'm listening to some old stuff, but not really aware of what's happening these days. So, and it's the same for everybody in the band. We're just listening to, you know, the common influences would be like Depeche Mode. I don't know, maybe. I know that Murray has been listening a lot of Mastodon recently, so maybe it influenced him on the compositions. I don't know. I don't know, because when we're together, we don't listen to metal. So I don't know. We listen to. I have like a super weird playlist on my iTunes. So, they're always like, "Oh, you have this song, man. This is awesome. Can I get it from you?" Yeah, sure. It's plenty of funny old shit. So I don't really know. I have no idea what's the new influence. It's just a mixture of everything. Like it could be Madonna or Depeche Mode or Boys to Men. I don't know.
That's awesome. And just just for a last question, I just wanted to ask: new record coming out, summer festival season in Europe. What's on tap for touring for the band?
Well, we had a booking agent was not that great in Europe, so we just changed. So this summer, and personally we had many things to do in our lives as well, so we were not really available to tour this summer. So we're just going to Spain, Portugal. We're going to Cyprus and some strange destinations, but just like more vacation stuff. We will be more touring next year in 2013 because the album was just out in June. So it was pretty hard, when an album come out in June. It's pretty hard for the how to say, the people who book the shows to listen to the album. In June. It's really late, so they could not listen to it before May because we had it finished. Yeah, I don't remember, but well, it was too late to get a busy agenda for this summer. So we'll be more touring. Regarding the festivals, it will be more in 2013. So this summer we will chill the fuck out and make some sausages and barbecues, and go to some strange destination like Cyprus and everything. Yeah.
Awesome. That's great. Well, hopefully we look forward to seeing you in the United States later this year or next year. That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
we're looking on that. Yeah. It's supposed to happen.
Great.
We definitely want to go back.
We definitely want to have you. Guillaume from NEMIC, thanks for spending some time with Metal Army America today. We really appreciate it.